KP. Now, let me just say this. Let me give you a little bit of how the show is going, and I'm real excited about that. Richie is working during the show and during segments to find things that, whether it be videos and some current news, to try to send my way. I appreciate that. You are getting involved. We're asking social media questions. You're retweeting things that we have. So let's show everybody. Let's show everybody what's going on here. 706. I'm sorry. Let's show them how to contact us. 706-889-9700. 706-889-9700. Chief@FetcherNews.com and @FetcherNews @FYNTV. And again, if you will sign up for our, go and connect to our YouTube channel, that's FYNTV, Fetcher News, you'll get notifications when we're live there, and find our Facebook page. But the interaction is great. We will continue to do that. You can text while we're on the show. Rose can get it to me immediately. If you have some updated news, right, and you want to share it with the show, what have I always said? Since we started the show, you are the research department out there, and we appreciate you, and we look forward to all the things you send us, articles, whatever. You can send them to that email. If you know there's some updated stuff that's breaking out there, you can get it. Richie can look it up and get it for us. I asked you this morning, I want to read one. I asked you this morning when we opened the show, do you think that President Donald Trump should pardon Sheriff Joe Arpaio? I think that's how he spells his name. We all know him as Sheriff Joe out there in Arizona. And Nancy Burns writes, sent it to us this morning. Nancy Burns writes an answer to our question: pardon Sheriff Joe. He never should have been found guilty in the first place for doing his job. So I think a lot of you out there, those are the messages we're getting. We thank you very much, Nancy. Please send yours. Look for our questions. Should have never been found guilty for doing his job. I like that because, interesting, we're trying to find people that do their job. Also, last night I told you that President Donald Trump did not. President Donald Trump kept saying, well, they told me not to use names. They told me not to use names, right? Well, the tweet master has done it again. Donald J. Trump Twitter account. All right, is that it up there? Okay, thank you. Phoenix crowd last night was amazing. A packed house. I love the great state of Arizona. I love Arizona. I like Arizona. I mean, when I think of Arizona, every once in a while I think of Charles Barkley. Sir Charles Barkley. Remember he played with the Phoenix Suns? Oh, you guys are too young for that. All right, anyhow, I love the great state of Arizona. You know, Charles Barkley, by the way, you know, it's funny because when I think of Arizona, I think of Charles Barkley, I think of the Phoenix Suns. It's like the Kevin Bacon game. And just the other day, I read where Charles Barkley said in his whole entire life, he said he was 54 years old or something, and his whole entire life, not a statue one ever bothered him. He never bothered him, something like that. Okay, not a fan of the Jeff Flake. Not a fan of the Flake, right? Not a fan of Jeff Flake, weak on crime and border. Woo! I like it. I absolutely like it. I had to give a shout on that. I mean, that was like good preaching. You know, when you ever go, I know I'm going to get in trouble. I know. But that was like good preaching, man. I'm telling you what, I have waited how many years, okay? There's a couple things that I've really enjoyed in my life here recently. When Ted Cruz called Mitch McConnell a liar, the media doesn't remember that, right? Ted Cruz said, Mitch McConnell, you're a liar. Joe Wilson of North Carolina told Obama, you're a liar. I mean, they just don't remember Mitch McConnell being called a liar by Senator Ted Cruz. Like we forgot. But anyhow, so last night, Richie, you got some tear gas. You got last night they're throwing tear gas. You got the rioters out there, Antifa. Play that for us. You got that. So give us a second of that whenever you can get it up. Go take off with it. Yesterday at the Phoenix rally, you know, we got the tear gas. We ready to go?
Yeah, this is from News 4 out of Tucson.
Tucson, News 4. Play it. That's okay. All right. Froze up. Going to try to get the video loaded. It is from News 4 in Tucson of tear gas with the riots outside. We're going to get that in a minute. And I think Richie's trying to queue up one from CNN, Don Lemon. And then Richie took some pictures of two different networks at the same time with two different, I show it to you all the time, two different statements on the screen. Which one you want? You ready? All right, let's go with that.
President Trump's rally leaves the city of Phoenix on edge tonight as law enforcement deploys flashbangs, pepper spray near the Phoenix Convention Center as protesters take to the streets. Good evening, I'm Angelique Lizardi. We have a live team coverage right now in Phoenix.
Donald Trump rally, the president's rally leaves Phoenix. Now, wait a minute. Did the rally do that? Did the rally leave Phoenix that way in turmoil? Did Donald Trump's rally, don't you love the intros? Donald Trump's rally, and you wonder why they call him fake news. Donald Trump, the president's rally leaves Phoenix in an uproar tonight. I don't know, did his rally do that? Would it be Antifa? Would it be George Soros paying? I think they make more money in Phoenix, right? Because I know it's usually $11 to $16 an hour. I mean, who caused the uproar? Now, Richie, didn't you have a picture? Don't you have some pictures, some side by side? Oh, okay. All right. Now, what does that say? Because I can't see it from here. I don't have the picture. Now, who is that, Richie? What station do we have there? What network do we have there, Richie?
Fox News. President Trump slams fake news media at Arizona rally.
Okay, show the other one.
Trump defends Charlottesville remarks.
Yeah. So what
omits many sides line.
Do what?
Omits the many sides line about remember from his original remarks Tuesday presser when he said both sides were wrong.
Yeah. So they're saying he admitted that? Yeah. So what we're doing there is showing you the two sides of what took place of two different networks and how it comes across. Now, you got CNN. I don't know what you have, but you have Don Lemon losing his mind on CNN in there. Now, I'm giving Richie a lot of stuff because he's learning to operate the board, but Sam, I think he knows some of the things I do, right? Tell the audience that it's kind of scary. Tell the audience, Sam.
Yes, Richie is going to be much more politically involved than I am.
Okay.
He's going to be a mini you.
Wait a minute. Before you
Hopefully not as dramatic as you, but yes, a mini you.
Yes.
Oh.
He's taller than me. Have you not looked? But here, now, Sam, don't leave yet. Don't leave because the people want to hear from you. The masses want to hear from you. Now, this morning, you got to do this. I'm putting you right on the spot. We're talking about Trey Gowdy, right? And you said, I know who Trey Gowdy is. Tell the folks how you know. Tell them, Sam.
It's all your fault. The only reason I know who that is because of you.
If you call it my fault, I'll take it. But I know you know who Trey Gowdy is. See, folks, we do some good work here. Richie, if you got the Don Lemon going nuts there, let's play that on CNN. Okay, well, we're all right, folks. If some of the videos are freezing up, we're learning how to go through there, but we're going to start being able to get more interactive. That's the whole show. Being able to bring videos real quick, looking for when Don Lemon goes nuts off the rails on shows, looking for some of these. Are we good again? All right, let's go.
What do you say to that? I'm just going to speak from the heart here. What we have witnessed was a total eclipse of the facts. someone who came out on stage and lied directly to the American people and left things out that he said in an attempt to rewrite history, especially when it comes to Charlottesville. He's unhinged. It's embarrassing, and I don't mean for us, the media, because he went after us, but for the country. This is who we elected president of the United States, a man who is so petty that he has to go after people who he deems to be his enemy, like an imaginary friend of a 6-year-old. His speech was without thought. It was without reason. It was devoid of facts. It was devoid of wisdom. There was no gravitas. There was no sanity there. He was like a child blaming a sibling on something else. He did it. I didn't do it. He certainly opened up the race wound from Charlottesville, a man clearly wounded by the rational people who are abandoning him in droves, meaning those business people and the people in Washington now who are questioning his fitness for office and whether he is stable. A man backed into a corner, it seems, by circumstances beyond his.
Okay, Richie, what I want you to do me a favor, do a search of James Clapper. I think James Clapper was on a network last night. Former NSA director, was he, or whatever, Clapper. We know he wouldn't lie, because we remember when he testified on the gathering of phone information or data, and we caught him in a lie. See if you can find a video of him talking about the president last night being unstable to unfit to serve. There's Don Lemon, CNN. The president looked right at you and lied. Open the wounds of Charlottesville. Open them right up. Just say it. Just saying. You know, I think I think open the wounds in Charlottesville last night. He looked right at the camera and lied. He's unfit. Folks, they are unhinged. He talks about the president of the United States. They are unhinged. They have come apart. They have absolutely come apart. But I told you in this show months ago, that you talk about Dean Heller, and you talk about Jeff Flake, and you talk about, Mitch McConnell. President Trump went out last night and said, and McConnell can't take this. This spins his little pie face head off. It really does, okay? It spins his head off because the president took him to task in front of 15,000 people again to change the rules. Reconciliation, okay? 60 votes. The president told you last night he stood in Arizona. Right? Where insurance, would it go up 100 and some percent? Some places went up 300%. The premiums in Arizona, just look it up, right? He stands there. A place that is really hoping that this Obamacare would be gone. And Mitch McConnell, right? And he wants to sell across state lines. You know, it's a damn shame you can buy illegal drugs across all the state lines, but you can't buy health care or any other drugs across state. I'm not joking. That's not a joke, you know. We can transfer all of the opiates we want across these state lines. Synthetic heroin is running all across these thin lines, but God forbid we ask for 51 votes to get to where we can buy health insurance across state lines. You got that? All right, put Clapper up, Richie.
I found more disturbing. Having some understanding of the levers of power that are available to a president if he chooses to exercise them, I found this downright scary and disturbing. I think Bakari is right on the money, though, that this is not a surprise. Interesting to contrast last night's teleprompter Trump performance versus tonight, which is, of course, the real Trump, just as it was in the unglued impromptu press conference at Trump Tower. So I just find this extremely disturbing.
Are you questioning his fitness?
Yes, I do. I really question his ability to, his fitness to be in this office. And I also am beginning to wonder about his motivation for it. Maybe he is looking for a way out.
Stop. All right, he's looking for a way out. Really? I question his ability. I question his stability. I questioned his ability to serve. Maybe you're concerned and everybody questions his ability to serve, his stability, his finger on the nuke, everything. He's unhinged because Mr. Clapper, remember Gowdy, Trey Gowdy asking James Comey who all had the ability to unmask private citizens' names? Maybe Mr. Clapper's already lied once under oath. So the man you're watching lied under oath once. Maybe he lied under oath once. Maybe Mr. Clapper knows that they're getting real close to catching him lie under oath again as far as unmasking. Maybe he's getting ready to get in trouble, right? Unhinged. That's what they're saying this morning. Don't forget Mitch McConnell, all right, can't take it. You have to have 60 votes. I don't have time to go in that. 51 is reconciliation. Reconciliation can only be done when it is budgetary issues. When it has, and I can't go into the weeds, but if it's budgetary issues, they can do reconciliation 51 votes. But the buying across state lines and the other things that you want repealed and done away with in Obamacare, okay, they have to do that with 60 votes. The president took Mitch McConnell to task again. The New York Times, failing New York Times, as the president would put it, hit hard with an article last night and talked about McConnell and Trump, and nothing's going to get done. What's her name? I'm going to take a shot here, okay? I'm going to take a shot here. No, I don't want to take a shot. I got to be careful of my words, you know, because these are dangerous times we're living in. You just can't say I'm going to take a shot. I mean, you have to be careful. I mean, what if somebody's name is Robert E. Lee and you say take a shot at the same time? All right. What was her name? Grimes? See if Mitch McConnell. I'm going to do this off my. This is off the top of my head. See if his opponent last time, Mitch McConnell's opponent in Kentucky, was Grimes. See if her name.
If I remember correctly, it's Allison Grimes.
Right. But see if it's not whether you remember correctly. It's a matter if I'm right, damn it. What the hell? You could always tell the new guy.
I'm sorry, Allison Lundergan Grimes.
Oh, you got three. But the name's Grimes, right?
Correct.
All right. Did it kill you to say that? No, I can't say that. I can't say shoot. I mean, this is a tough play. All right. The point I'm making is that what was she? Was she a Secretary of State or Attorney General? What was she? Was she Secretary of State, Attorney General?
I think she was Secretary of State. Let me look.
It's more important that I'm right. Damn. Oh, Sam, you got some training to do over there. Okay, anyhow, the point is
Secretary of State.
Damn, I'm 2 for 2. I tell you, one more, I win an ice cream with sprinkles. Anyhow, okay, so here's the thing. Mitch McConnell was only one for 2 reasons in Kentucky. He lied and told, this is against this lady. She's Secretary of State. She won. This lady won a statewide race. This Allison Grimes or whatever her name, Lundy Grimes, whatever. She won a statewide race in Kentucky as a Democrat, as a statewide race, got elected, Secretary of State. She ran against Mitch McConnell. Mitch McConnell almost lost this race. 2 things saved his ass. Sorry, I know we're almost over and I don't have to go there, but 2 things saved his ass. Oh, twice. One, he lied to the people of Kentucky and said he would repeal Obamacare. That he lied. Two, somebody was smart enough, and it sure as hell wasn't Mitch McConnell, to ask this lady who she voted for. And when she had to say Obama, when she said, I voted for Barack Obama, that nosedived her. She took a 5-point nosedive. So Mitch McConnell only has an 18% approval rating. I would absolutely love to see somebody primary Mitch McConnell. I would love it, okay? When did he get elected back in? Is he up too? Is he 2014? So is he up? Okay, well, let's get the social media hashtags going and all that stuff. Primary McConnell, get rid of. Let's see if we can't do our damn part. All right. I mean, it's for America. We need to help save the country and make it great again and get rid of Mitch McConnell's ass. So anyhow, he has only got an 18% approval rating. This guy that the media is giving you. Find a picture of Pie Face. There might be the two people in the world that don't know who he is. All right. The media this morning, Clapper, Morning Joe, all of them, little Georgie Stephanopoulos, all right, they're all talking about President Trump being unfit, and this New York Times article, the New York Times article talking about Mitch McConnell, and he may be the most powerful man in Washington. Really? On Monday, they'll tell you that Donald Trump has a 33%, 36% approval rating, right? Yeah, and it's in the tank. How many of these groups, the CNN, Don Lemon, Clapper, Morning Joe, Minka, Barnacle, what the hell's a Barnacle? Barnacle, David Ignatius. But David probably wasn't on there, the Council of Foreign Relations there. But all of them, they come on, ABC, every one of them. And they never bring up Mitch McConnell having an 18% approval rating. No, never. Okay? He must go. He took a 5-point. Now, the Grimes girl took a 5-point. That is scary as hell. That is absolutely one of the scariest visions. I look up, that is right over my shoulder. Okay, that was enough. That was enough. That was just to show the two people that didn't know who he was. Who he is. He still is Mitch McConnell. But nosedive 5 points, and Mitch McConnell wins. Folks, they primary Mitch McConnell in Kentucky. You talk about primarying Dean Heller. You talk about primarying Jeff Flake. All right? They primary Mitch McConnell. He got a problem in Kentucky. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to come back. Rich, take a break. I'm going to come back and wrap this up right after this and close the show.